I've had the great fortune of working with Georgie on many great projects in the CBD over the years. It started off with a suggestion by Georgie that we should talk to Louis Vuitton instead of a bank at 48 Queen Street. Continued across the road a little bit later with Dior and Prada, and Georgie has been busy ever since, as you can see. She's left her mark on the CBD and cemented it with the Commercial Bay project. I still can't believe Georgie is no longer with us, but as we look around today, her legacy lives on.
I had the good fortune of being introduced to Georgie by one of our beloved suppliers, the famous shoe designer, Catherine Wilson, and how fitting is that? I partnered with Georgie to open 2 new stores in the time that we knew her. Georgie was an absolute wealth of industry knowledge, so good at her craft, an absolute style ambassador, and a downright great human being. Georgie leaves a massive hole in the real estate industry and all of those whose lives were fortunate she touched. We will miss you, Georgie.
I'm Andrew Trounson, I manage Commercial Bay. None of this would have been possible without all the efforts and hard work from Georgie. I worked with Georgie really closely for the last 7 years. She was an amazing person, a force in the industry, super passionate about fashion. I learned a lot from her, and I'll always be grateful to her.
I was first introduced to Georgie back in 2014, shortly after I began my role here, and she very kindly and patiently, I might add, took me under her wing and taught me all about the dynamic retail landscape, about retail brands, about leasing, and about some of the landlords, and introduced me to many of the landlords here, which helped me immeasurably in those early days. I got to know Georgie very well over the years, and I really enjoyed her company. I loved her sense of humour and her amazing sense of style, but also her astute business acumen where she could see an outcome. She had a vision and would work all she could to make it come into realisation. Georgie's impact on the retail landscape is undeniable in many, many places, and none more so here in Newmarket. We're here in Teat Street, in Kent Street, in Osborne Street. And also, many don't know this, she was one of the original sort of visionaries for Nuffield Street when that was first upgraded many years ago. Mike and Georgie have been great supporters of Newmarket over the years and the Newmarket Business Association, and we really enjoyed our relationship with Match.
Georgie has changed the New Zealand retail landscape by her ability to join together brands, people and places. While I see that the workplace that Georgie operated in was mainly male, I could understand that her creativity was what took her to a new place with her working environment. Not only shown by what she wore, but by how she could put things together in a retail environment. Our catch up, I'm gutted, won't happen next week, and we would have been upgrading each other on the travels and what was happening in the marketplace. However, what I do know will happen is the foundation that Georgie has laid already in the workplace is something that her colleagues will be able to build on. Georgie will be sorely missed.
I'm sitting here in Commercial Bay, and as I stand here, if I'm honest, everywhere I look, Georgie's fingerprints are all over this place. Georgie had such an amazing role in bringing the dream of Commercial Bay to life, and really without Georgie we wouldn't have some of the most fantastic retailers that we have here today, and Commercial Bay wouldn't be the development that it is without her remarkable talent. Georgie had a drive and a passion for fashion retail, but she also had a drive and a passion for really shaping the city that we're in. And, Georgie, she's gone too soon. She's going to leave an enormous hole in Auckland's fashion scene. And from a precinct perspective, we're incredibly sad to see Georgie go.
Georgie was such a huge part of my retail career and had such an amazing influence on shaping where I looked to first open retail stores back in 2011. It was the Rugby World Cup, and Georgie introduced me to the Cooper & Co at Britomart. We then signed leases in Newmarket, Herne Bay, Bremuera, Wellington, all with Georgie's great advice, and our friendship developed over the years. Claude has worked in our retail stores. Mike, absolutely incredible support at family and business level. I just really will miss the wonderful Georgie, and everything that she's taught me will stay with me forever.
I had the absolute privilege and honour of being one of the founding business partners of Match Realty, and I spent 13 invaluable years working with Georgie, the lovely person that she is. I learned an incredible amount of things from Georgie, and to be honest, I'm now I'm GM of income and leasing at Kiwi Property, and I absolutely wouldn't have got to where I was today without those years of invaluable learning and insight from Georgie. She taught me proper retail mix curation, the importance of understanding brands, their business, their pitch, their product, their customer, the importance in retail of the relativity to the catchment and the customer. I think Georgie's imprint and impact and mark upon the city is deeply profound, as everyone I'm sure will be saying.
Georgie's presence here in Lower Queen Street is everywhere. Dior, Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton are just some of the brands she brokered and brought to New Zealand. Georgie had a sophisticated sense of fashion, but she also possessed an acute financial understanding of how brands work and which brands would work well in the New Zealand market. Her legacy here in Lower Queen Street will endure. Gone too soon. R.I.P. Georgie.
Georgie made such a difference in our city. She helped transform the whole look of downtown Auckland, and I'll always be grateful for that. I'll also always be grateful for the fact that I could call her anytime for advice. I don't think she ever made a dime out of me, but she was always available on the phone anytime I wanted any advice, guidance, or just to chat around the leasing landscape in Auckland. She was always generous, kind, intelligent, thoughtful, and had the whole vision of the city, and was committed to making it a better city and a better retail environment, and growing us up in terms of luxury, and I'm forever grateful for that. Miss you, Georgie.
Thank you.